Okay. Now, and the wayfarer have spoken, and the teacher added, the friend who seeks what he can get, the friend who talks but empty words, the friend who merely flatters you, the friend who is a fellow wastrel. These four are really foes or enemies, not friends. The wise man, recognizing this, should hold himself aloof from them, as from some path of panic fear. He's saying, if you're wise, you should hold yourself alert, aloof, really alert, and staying away from this path, and the path should be a path that will raise panicking or fear. It's like an emergency. For example, an earthquake's coming or a tsunami. He's saying the path should be looked at as if though it's a panicking path. So if you have these kind of friends, go home and reconsider. Now, I'm not saying to come and say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to tell, the other fellow pals, hey, you're not my friend anymore. Yeah, that's too many people you have to get rid of, isn't it? What you need to do is you have to determine that is he or she an enemy or more of a friend? Now, before you go and cut the ties off, what the wise would do is tell those friends to change. Are you clear? Confront your friend. Now that you know what a fully enlightened being talk about. Confront your friend. And from time to time even confront yourself if you're the one who's that friend, that enemy in disguise. Perhaps you should step forward and tell your friend, look, I've done this wrong. I've heard the sutta that Mr. Pal read. I understand now. I did wrong and I'm going to change myself. Please help me change. If I'm going to ask you to do this, please remind me to stop. Understand? Like Aaron, who's not paying attention. Follow or not? So people next to him should be looking at him, tapping him on the head and say, hey, cuckoo. But if I'm wrong, if he is paying attention, then he can forgive me. But if I'm right, then people which are next to him should be guiding him to the right path. Because a fellow pal who is in the school, who is spending time incorrectly, damages not only himself but all the other pals. Isn't that right? On our journey to try and get to even compete with James Roos. Competing with James Roos does not mean we see James Roos as our enemy. We in fact see James Roos students as the top caliber students that we want to match ourselves against. So to us, Pal Buddha School, competition is never about beating the others. We look at people who are good and we set ourselves the expectation to beat our own shortcoming, our own lack of strive, our own lack of energy. Are you clear? So if you see a fellow pal who is doing the wrong thing, talk to them. Tell them, if you do this, I may inform the teacher. And that is a good friend.